Hello, it is an absolutely lovely day. The sun has just popped behind a cloud, but it's generally lovely and sunny, nice and mild too, so I thought I would take this opportunity to do a little modification to the van, specifically to the use and access to the toilet. The loo, you may recall, is underneath that seat. So with the seat up, there is the loo. When I built the van, all I thought was I will want to have a toilet somewhere aboard for emergency use, but I didn't give a lot of thought to how it would be used. So here I am right now sitting on it, and it is inside that bed storage unit. And if I want to use it, I have the option either of sitting on it as it is, in which case my legs go in front of it into the remainder of that storage space, but that is incredibly wasteful because it means that space has to remain empty. If you put things in it, there won't be anywhere for your legs to go. Or you have to lift the whole toilet unit out and put it in the middle of the van and then use it there and then lift it back in again. And it's got something like a 17-litre capacity when it's full, plus there's water in the flush compartment. It's kind of heavy and awkward, and you don't really want to be doing that any more than necessary. So in an ideal world, I want to be able to sit on it and use it in its compartment here, but without using up the storage space or the storage space next to it. But then I want to be able to get it out relatively easily when the time comes to empty it.
I think it would be better if it were that way round, so when you sit on it, your feet go into the corridor there. The trouble with that way round is that the handles to lift it out are at the front and back, and there is no space to grab them. So I need to make a change.
So what I'm going to do is cut out the front bit of the bedside there, so that when needed it can be pulled off and then the toilet simply pulled out, flush to the floor, which obviously I should have done right from the start, but I didn't think about it. Luckily, there are convenient cut points just here, and another one over here, which will be wide enough for the loo, and I should just be able to go straight down there with the multi-tool. The difficulty will be cutting through that strut right at the bottom. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, as I need to cut through that without ruining the floor. And without setting it on fire. That would also be helpful. Ow, 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 ow! Metal blade, very hot. Ow, ow. Nearly there. And after a little bit of sawing, as much to my own surprise as anybody else's, look at that. And I have not ruined the lino. And that looks reasonable. Not brilliant, but reasonable. It is, of course, traditional at times like this for me to discover that I haven't actually cut the hole wide enough. So let's see if the thing will go through. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I need to empty the toilet. I shall pull it out with ease. And it can go back. And when I want to use it, I can sit on it there. Fantastic! Now, with a great gaping hole in it, you're possibly thinking I have weakened the side of the bed, and you are also quite possibly right. However, I don't think it's an issue. First of all, there are two uprights on this bit, so this is still quite solid. And what I'm going to do is add another upright here, just to reinforce that bit. Same sort of thing at this end, but I will just stick another little upright there. And same sort of thing on the back of the bit I've just taken out. It's got one upright that would take weight on it, but I'll put another couple on just to reinforce it, and then I think the bed will be fine. With those reinforcing struts now gluing in place and clamped to hold them steady, I can't sensibly measure up the 2 squares of wood that I want to use to make new sides for the little toilet compartment, so I will come back and do that tomorrow. Hello! It is another absolutely gorgeous day, so gorgeous in fact that I have largely been procrastinating all morning, just pottering about, feeding the ducks, that kind of thing. But the glue has dried on those struts, so I've taken the clamps off, and now I can get on with making the 2 sides that will box in the toilet section, as well as making a mechanism to hold the side section that I've detached back in place. And of course for that I'm going to use what I've used for all the other detachable panels in the van, namely little magnetic catches. That's a good start. It's the right height. Obviously need to trim a little bit off on the right so that it's the correct width. And also, inevitably, of course, this wall is not straight. There is a little gap there, so I need to do some very careful cutting to make it fit the contour of that wall. I don't have the right tool for this, so I'm going to improvise. Right, hope that'll do. That is not bad. It's not brilliant. There's about 1 millimetre or so down the bottom. But I could spend hours, I'm quite sure, shaving little bits off here and there until I had no wood left. I think I will accept that as fair enough. Right, that's the first side in. Now I will just do the matching one on the other side. And there's the other side cut. I'm quite pleased with the shape, but it turns out that if you fix it solidly at the bottom, there is this gap at the top. So it's either straight there or straight there, but I think I'll glue it at the bottom, and then once that glue is set, screw it in at the top. And that will have to do. Now what I'm going to do for the catches, here's the door that wants to come out. So I'll use some of these little mag catches. I'll put a little block of wood here. That can then sit there with the little metal bit screwed onto there, and then it will click and hold into place. And I have checked, having these on won't obstruct bringing the loo out. At least that's the theory. So I just need a little bit of wood there to mount that onto. Right, let's glue this into place. With one of the sides now gluing, the other one I screwed in, and 2 magnetic catches now gluing into place. I couldn't do the other 2 because they were going to go onto the side that's gluing. That's about all I can do today. How is it these projects take so much longer than you'd imagine? Hopefully, I'll finish it tomorrow. Day 3, and all I need to do is attach the final 2 magnetic catches to the inside of where the toilet is going, put the little metal bits that click onto the catches onto the door bit that I took off the side of the bed, and then the job's done. Right, now put this into place, just check. That looks all right. Yes, it does. Right, pop the metal bits on. Double check that the toilet can come in and out. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Right, with those in place, you now draw around them. Good, right. Now know where to fix those on. Let us offer it up. Yay! Oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. It comes off easy enough, but latches into place. That's not going anywhere. And of course, once the bed is actually down, oh, cushion in the way. Once the bed is down, it actually holds it in place anyway. You will always still have to lift that just to take that front off. But oh, that's perfect. One last thing to do, because of this slightly annoying gap here, I'm just going to put some screws through to push this bit of wood flat against there. This was obviously not built vertically. And now the tidying up. I've just added, as a bit of an afterthought, some guide rails so that when you slide it in, it slides exactly into place, and when you're driving won't then be able to tilt forward or tilt backwards under hard braking or acceleration. And those should hold it in place. And behold, when I wish to use the throne, all I need to do is lift this section of the bed, use the facilities, and I'm done. And when I want to take it out to empty it, I can now just pull that bit off, and it's going to make life a lot easier. I'm very pleased with this.